Hello, planet builders! Today we're peeling back the hood on one of the boldest ideas you'll hear this year. Roofing the world's highways with solar panels. Yes, the very roads you drive on. And in the process, building the largest energy project in human history. Buckle up. Researchers from institutions including the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Tsinghua University, the Chinese Academy of Geosciences, and Columbia University published a paper proposing to build photovoltaic roofs over the global highway network, roughly 3.2 million kilometers of roads, by installing tens of billions of solar panels on overpasses, sound barriers, tunnels, and dedicated canopies above lanes. The headline numbers are almost sci-fi. A deployment of about 52 billion solar panels across major highways, producing an estimated 17,578 terawatt-hours per year. That's more than 60% of the world's electricity consumption in 2023. In short, the researchers argue highways could become one of the largest renewable electricity platforms on Earth. If highways produce that much power, the climate impact could be enormous. The study estimates the system could displace roughly 28% of global carbon emissions by replacing fossil fuel electricity, a dramatic dent in the world's carbon budget. There are also surprising co-benefits. Covered highways reduce glare, protect motorists from storms, and could lower accident rates. The paper suggests reductions in traffic casualties on the order of around 10 to 11%, potentially saving thousands of lives every year. That's social infrastructure and energy deployment rolled into one. This is not purely fantasy. Small pilot projects and prototypes exist in China, the US, and parts of Europe, from solar canopies over toll plazas and parking decks to experimental solar bike lanes. Those pilots proved the idea technically feasible and revealed real data about shading, maintenance, and energy yield in different climates. But, and this is a big but, engineering a global canopy network is different from building a single covered parking lot. Factors like local climate, latitude, dust accumulation, snow, and shading from bridges change output dramatically. The study's authors are careful. Geographic variation matters, and not every stretch of highway is equally valuable for PV.
Let's be honest, the plan is audacious and comes with heavy costs and hard questions. 1. Upfront carbon and cost. Building tens of billions of panels and the supporting steel, concrete, and grid infrastructure generates a large upfront carbon footprint. The research acknowledges that the construction emissions could temporarily offset the environmental gains. A payback window is estimated to be on the order of about 1.1 years before net carbon benefits accrue, depending on materials and regional grids. That's surprisingly short if you optimize manufacturing and reuse low-carbon steel and concrete. But it's a number that depends on many assumptions. 2. Maintenance and resilience. Highway environments are harsh. Dust, vibration, heavy winds, de-icing salts, and vehicle-caused debris mean panels and canopies must be robust and easily serviceable. Regular cleaning, inspection, and repairs will be essential, adding operational costs. 3. Integration with grids. Generating 17,000 plus terawatt hours is one thing. Transmitting and balancing that electricity across regions is another. Grid upgrades, smart storage, and local dispatch strategies would be necessary to avoid massive transmission losses or wasted generation in low-demand hours. 4. Economic and social logistics. Who pays? Who owns the roofs? National government, highway agencies, private investors? This scale introduces governance and funding headaches unseen in ordinary solar farms. The paper imagines a pragmatic rollout. Start with high-value corridors, Sunbelt highways, major trunk roads near cities, and bridges and tunnels that already have right-of-way constraints. Combine canopies with roadside arrays and integrate local storage at service areas. Use modular, replaceable canal units to speed repairs, and design for snow shedding in cold climates. Pilot first, scale second. Funding models could mix public infrastructure budgets with green bonds, corporate PPAs, power purchase agreements, and local community energy co-ops. The highway itself becomes a distributed asset, a utility that also serves transport. It's an infrastructure mashup. Roads meet rooftops. As planet builders, we love radical but practical ideas. This proposal sits between visionary and actionable.
It pushes engineers and policymakers to think laterally about existing land use and how to supercharge it for energy. Want to help? Advocate for pilot projects in your city, push transit agencies to include renewable energy in highway plans, and support clean manufacturing to shrink construction carbon. Small policy wins, a rooftop canopy on a bypass, a solar array over a rest area add up. So, is it realistic? Not tomorrow. Is it possible? The math and pilots say yes with caveats. Covering highways with solar panels is one of those high-risk, high-reward ideas that forces us to reimagine existing infrastructure. If executed right, it's not just about power, it's about safer roads, new industries, and a bolder way of thinking about land and energy. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe to Planet Builders, and tell me in the comments which highway in your country would you cover first. I'll read the best answers in the next video.